This is a WJZ special report. Hello, I'm Denise Koch.
And I'm Vic Carter.
So what is next for Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh? It is a question that goes unanswered tonight after several places connected with her are raided by federal agents.
WJZ has learned that Pugh is in Baltimore but has not been seen for weeks since taking a leave of absence for health reasons. Well, WJZ is live right now with team coverage. Kimberly Eaton and Kelsey Kushner with reaction to all of this. But we began with WJZ investigator Mike Helgren live at City Hall. He's breaking down everything we know tonight. Mike?
Vic and Denise, it was a rare scene. FBI and IRS agents raiding not only City Hall, but two of the mayor's homes. And tonight, her attorney says she is in a fragile state.
She doesn't have the energy to focus for an extensive period of time in order to make important decisions.
Mayor Pugh's lawyer, Steve Silverman, says she's not lucid enough to make a decision on whether to resign and is emotionally distraught after federal agents raided City Hall and at least 6 other locations around Baltimore.
I think for people to make material decisions in their life, they have to be at a certain level of stability in order to make those decisions.
Sources say the investigation began more than a year before the Healthy Holly scandal, where Mayor Pugh received almost $800,000 selling her self-published children's book to organizations doing business with the city.
What could I say? FBI is FBI. They can do what they want and go with it.
The city solicitor will not reveal what the agents seized in the court-authorized raids, which he said were limited to the mayor's second-floor suite.
Sometimes the transparency interest is trumped by law enforcement interests.
With the messaging, swim, jump, play, walk.
She showed off her line of baby clothes at a press conference late last month, then went on medical leave for pneumonia April 1st and has not been seen in public since.
There's nothing in the charter for removing the mayor, so she has to make that decision herself.
For the first time, Governor Hogan called for Pugh to step down, tweeting that she's not fit to lead.
The mayor needs to resign. This is something we've been saying for a while now. This is too much for our city. It puts all of us under a tremendous strain.
The University of Maryland medical system also says it received a grand jury subpoena. The medical system purchased $500,000 in Mayor Pugh's Healthy Holly books while she was on the system's board. Several city leaders, including the acting mayor, say this entire episode is embarrassing, but no criminal charges have been filed at this point. Live at City Hall, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Mike, thank you. Our team coverage continues now with Kimberly Eaton with the growing calls from elected leaders for Pugh to resign. Kimberly.
And Vic, at this hour, Mayor Pugh's attorney tells us she is aware of those calls for her resignation. She met with her legal team here inside her home this afternoon, a few hours after federal agents raided and left here with about a dozen boxes, including 6 of which were marked as Healthy Holly books. But what else they found, they're not saying at this point. Federal agents took more than a dozen boxes out of Mayor Catherine Pugh's 2 homes Thursday morning, carrying out simultaneous raids in this northwest Baltimore neighborhood.
But I think they're looking for the evidence that they need to prosecute.
Neighbors watch as the FBI's Baltimore office and the IRS Criminal Division out of D.C. searched the houses, including Pugh's Denland Road address. State records show it is linked to her Healthy Holly book franchise.
Play, walk, run, crawl.
Her children's book deal with UMMS first came under the spotlight of controversy in March. Since then, Pugh's colleagues in City Hall have distanced themselves. City council members asked for her resignation weeks ago, now increasing pressure on the mayor to step down as she faces federal investigation.
This is an embarrassment to the city. The city of Baltimore needs to move on from this issue, and the issue is resolved around the mayor, and the mayor should resign immediately.
Thursday, Pugh's longtime friend and political ally, Congressman Elijah Cummings, stopped short of asking her to leave office, but says she owes Baltimore accountability.
The mayor has to now make some critical decisions. And while making those decisions, she has to make decisions that are in the best interests of our city and of the best interests of herself, her health.
But after speaking with the mayor inside her home here, her attorneys told us this afternoon that she will not be making any kind of decision on whether or not she will leave office tonight. For now, reporting live in Northwest Baltimore, I'm Kimberly Eaton for WJZ.
All right, thank you, Kimberly. So now let's go to Kelsey Kushner. She has some reaction from members of the community. Kelsey?
Well, Denise, agents spent more than 5 hours here at the Maryland Center for Adult Training collecting things that belong to Mayor Pugh, and people watching across the city say it's time for her to step down. As the investigation continues to unfold, all eyes are on the future of Baltimore City's top office.
You can't be a leader for us, so yeah, she should resign.
She's not going to get away with things that other people get away with. It's just not how it works.
Across the city, Baltimore watched as federal agents raided 6 locations linked to Pugh's business dealings, including the Maryland Center for Adult Training in Park Heights, where Pugh and 3 of her former staff members once served on the board. The building used to train people to become nursing assistants, flooded with agents carrying out boxes of evidence into SUVs.
I was shocked. Then I saw the IRS was involved as well, so, I think there's just too much of a cloud hanging over her now. And
for all of us, people that voted for, we don't feel too good about that. Now, our decision, man, it's the Sheila Dixon thing all over again.
And besides this whole scandal with the books thing, I think she's been doing a pretty good job.
Opinions across town are strong from people like Perry Hopkins, who voted to put Pugh in office back in 2016.
I feel betrayed a little bit. I feel like I made the right choice for the right person at that time, because I feel like she's definitely showed us that she's a different person now than she was at the time of her candidacy.
Until you get regular people in there that's going to do that job the right way, then that's when our city is going to get right.
Now, agents left here around 1 p.m. and it's not clear what they took with them or if Pugh and her former aides have offices here. Reporting live in Park Heights, Kelsey Kushner for WJZ.
Here is the very latest on the Mayor Pugh investigation. Federal agents raided several locations connected to her this morning, including 2 of her homes and City Hall. WJZ has learned that Pugh is in Baltimore, but so far no word from her directly. The list of elected leaders calling for her resignation continues to grow. Now it includes Governor Larry Hogan and Congressman Elijah Cummings. Pugh has been on a leave of absence for health reasons since April the 1st. Stay with WJZ for the latest on the investigation to Mayor Catherine Pugh, including the FBI and IRS raids. We will continue to bring you any updates.